Today we will cover a new released project at FXStreet, which is the current positions table. I don't know if you have ever visited this page. It has been online for just a few weeks, and basically, as the name says, and as in the brief introduction explained, it is a page where we can find all those positions or trade recommendations or latent interest in buying or selling a market, which are usually seen in the reports and analysis of our dedicated contributors. Here we can see them all in one organized page. Basically, simply as that. It's not to be understood as a signal service, but rather a proxy for an order book or a market profile. Basically, the way this page is organized is by currency pairs. We have organized the pairs by importance in volume traded. So euro dollar will be always at the top, and the information is shown in a table format where we can see on the left each contributor, and to the right we see a series of data pertaining to that particular position. We see the date. This is the date corresponding not necessarily to the data position has been opened, but the most recent date. We have any content from that particular contributor explaining or announcing that position, which is on the right side. Okay, we have the type of order, the direction buy or sell, and the type of order. If that is a limit order, which would appear as LMT, a market order, which would appear as MKT, and we also have a latent interest, which is not an order per se, but the interest of buying and selling at a specific price level. There are also stop orders, which in this current table here in the euro dollar we have no stop orders listed right now, but could be also another type of order. And then we have the entry price, which can be at exact price level, or above or below, or approximative price level to enter that position. And to the right we have the associated stop loss levels and take profits if available. If they are known, the field will appear in blank, and if there are more than one take profit levels, so it will be mentioned. As in this case, by Shiftpo LLC, we have this buy limit order here containing 3 take profit levels. Okay. Yeah, we have a comment here from Anna. Says it would be great to have the time added. Well, since this is not a tracking service to see when there is if there is or what would be the result of that particular position, we thought that it would not be necessary to specify the exact time when that position goes into the market, since we gather that information not from a trading platform, but from reports being published with us, and For a more approximative time, you can always click on the let us see as an example here. We can click on the contributor, and this will immediately link to the report where we extracted that information. And here you have the time of the report, the time of publishing. It will depend if that particular contributor sends out his analysis or positions or trade ideas before or after he is acting in the market. Usually, as a norm, contributors do post their ideas before they enter that position, giving enough time for the public to act upon their recommendations. But in sometimes, especially if there is a market order in play, there is no such time. But this can be extracted either from the table itself. If you see there is a market order being announced, so you may be advised that the market may have already moved to such an extent that that position is not anymore an opportunity. But if limit orders or stop orders are being used, perhaps you are still in time to act on that trade idea. Okay. So we do not track the individual contributors. This is not the purpose of the table. It is rather to have in one place to see all those companies and individuals that are contributing with some trade ideas with specific price levels, that we can have them in one sole place, instead of having your favorite authors or contributors, so to say, and check each one of them if the contributor is currently positioned in which market, in which direction, at which prices, and to compound your market profile from this collection of data. We do that collection here. Partly it is done manually. We extract this data manually from the reports, and partly it will be also automatically controlled, so to say, as for the validity of the trade. That means if a certain position is not valid anymore because of the type of order used, the type of order used makes it impossible to enter that market using that type of order, then the position will be removed automatically from the table. The same happens if the stop levels or take profit levels are hit, either for a profit or for a loss. Then the position is removed from the table, and this happens, or this checking happens every 15 minutes. You will there is a robot checking for the validity of the positions and removing them from the table. Okay, and with this we try to maintain those positions that still have some kind of validity or significance, but as I said earlier, not as a trade recommendation, since we don't want to focus this data as a trade recommendation, but as a map of what kind of liquidity is being offered in the market. And